Hey, Natsu here. Today I'm going to start part 1 or part 2 of What If Deku was Zeref's son. In the last part, All Might trained Bakugo. I forgot to say how much after the training Bakugo was able to use, I think, and it's about 12 to 13% without problems. So, so Deku during that time just trained like he was doing naturally, so he kept increasing at the same pace. Um, so, All Might basically did ask Bakugo if he could bring his friend to train, but Deku was the one that didn't want to come, so All Might couldn't really force him. Um, After that, there's been multiple things happening, um, which basically was that Deku increased in strength, speed, whatever. Um, his healing is still his healing became a bit better. Um, Bakugo during that time just learned to use One for All, so he doesn't break his bone anymore. Because since he already had the strength to use 8% before even training, he was powerful enough. Um, so, after a certain amount of time, they finally go to the entrance exam, which, in this one, since Bakugo and Deku are friends, well, more like brothers at this point, since they do live in the same house. Well, they basically arrived at the same time. They talked all the way there. Deku's pretty intelligent, so he got a 100 on the written test. In the assembly, Ida basically screamed about the zero pointer, but that's basically it. It did annoy Deku, but his curse didn't activate for sorry about that. The reason that since he's always angry, it doesn't even have time to grow. After a small amount of time, they've finally got to the cities, and this is where it's basically going to start. So, Deku was annoyed by Ida, so he was kind of looking at him. He wasn't really looking at him in a way that would make someone think he wants to attack me. But Ida being Ida, pretty sure he would think of it anyway. Or as something like, oh, I might go break his concentration. So Ida basically gets angry over nothing. Go talk to Deku, and Deku basically just go around him, literally. So Ida is more angry, simply because the kid he was going to go bother didn't let him do that. But he's not thinking of it that way, so yeah. Deku basically just kind of goes closer to the door, hoping that nothing bad would happen if he just stays there. Nothing will. So President Mike basically starts counting. Everyone just gets ready, and then they wait. And then President Mike says, "Okay, in 3, 2, 1, go!" And everyone starts to run. Deku is extremely fast in this one. Not as fast as Ida for now, but pretty close. Which takes Ida, well, aback, literally. So he gets surprised by this. Ida is just just saw a kid run at the same pace as him, almost. Then he saw Deku starts breaking robot behind him, and Deku's strength and speed is impressive. But what's more impressive is something else that he just saw. One of the robots punched Deku, and Deku didn't even seem to flinch by that. Even though he basically has, well, literally he has a gash in his skin that's spewing blood. Deku doesn't care, and basically just punched the robot into oblivion. After basically just continuing to fight, Ida's just thinking about the kid like, holy frick, he got hit like that and he doesn't do anything about it. So they basically continue fighting. Ida's just thinking, what the hell? How can someone fight like that? Like he literally just. I'm going to look at that. So be right back. Okay, yeah, sorry. So Ida basically just saw a kid get punched straight on the arm by a metal robot. He had a lot of damage put to that arm, and Deku still punched the robot with the same arm, didn't even seem to be bothered by it, and just kept going when Ida's pretty sure the kid should be going to the hospital for that. Deku will basically just heal. He knows he will, so he doesn't care. So yeah, basically he just kind of continues easy like that. So he just goes ahead and keep punching robots. If he can, he gets in front of other people who are about to get hurt, simply to protect them. Many times you could see him basically pushing someone out of the way, tanking damage that should normally bring someone pretty much, well, on the ground at that point. He was still going. Everyone around him was just amazed by this mostly. Reason is the guy's basically just running on fumes. Well, for everyone around, it basically looks like that. Like, the guy's basically has been punched by many, many things and still doesn't do anything to him, or at least that's what it looks like. So he basically just keeps going and keeps going and going and going, and over time, everyone basically sees that no matter how much damage he gets, he just runs. He doesn't care about it. For him, it's basically just that. He's just having fun breaking robots. He doesn't care about the damage. He knows he's going to heal. So, after that, he just continues to go. He fights for a pretty good amount of time, basically. Like, every bit of damage he gets, he just keeps going. Everyone just thinking, what the hell's happening to the guy? How can he run with all that damage on him? Well, he doesn't care. Until the Zero Predator finally arrives. When the Zero Predator shows up, well, firstly, he's just thinking of getting away at first, until he hears Ochako. When he hears her asking for help, he turns around, looks at her, and just thinks, if that robot, if that robot steps on her, she's going to die. I need to save her. And basically just runs over to her. Ida's just thinking the kid's nuts. He's going to die if he tries anything. And yeah, normally anyone would say the same thing. But nobody's really looking at him running. There's just Ochako that sees him coming, but that's all. And she doesn't even know what to think about that until Deku basically just arrives close to her, grabs the stone, and literally just throws it away. Yeah, basically he just throws it away, grabs Ochako, and without even asking her if she's okay, he just starts running. At first she is just thinking that she's being macho when he took her, until he basically starts running. And she gets why he took her. He's outrunning the robot easily. Well, even if she wouldn't have her broken leg, she would have probably never been able to run that fast. So she was basically happy that he was doing it. Yeah, so after Deku running far enough, he basically puts on the ground. And he doesn't go to destroy the robot in this one. It's more that President Mike says it's over. So Deku didn't break the Zero Pointer in this, mostly because yes, he has a huge amount of strength, but not close enough to actually do something like that. Like, physically, in terms of strength, yes, he could probably break the robots with a punch, but he wouldn't be able to do what Deku did in the anime because there's not the impulsion of air coming afterward. So basically, at the end, Recovery Girl came. gave Ochako healing, then asked Deku if he needed some, which he just said, no, I'm okay. Like, as if he didn't have, well, all that he had. Like, everyone around him asked him if he was sure, because he had a lot of damage on him, which he just looked at his body and said, oh, that's going to heal soon. All of them not taking a risk of asking him what he means, just kind of goes with it. So, Ochako asks his name. He says that his name is Izuku Dragneel, which is kind of okay. It's not as if it, his name was something out of a fairy tale, right? Yeah, sorry. This joke had to be made at least once. So, here. So, yeah. After leaving, firstly, Ochako was thinking about him a lot, while Ida was thinking of him as well because of, well, all of that he did, as well as how, even when everyone was running away, he basically kept running and tried to help the girl. No matter what the hell was happening, he wasn't just doing it for himself. Every time someone was in danger, he was taking the hit for them. He was helping. But nobody else was doing the same. So, yeah. When the letter arrived, they told him that his score was pretty high. That there's only All Might that ever beated that score. He basically had almost 300 points. And over half of them were rescue points. He should be proud of all that he did. So he is in Class 1A. Yeah, this one. Yeah, sorry about that. So Deku basically gets to class the first day. Um, yeah, sorry, I'm going to take that again. It's basically an ad, so yeah. Be right back. Okay. If you're asking yourself why it's in French, it's because normally I speak French. Inflige 3 fois 3 dommages à l'ennemi ciblé. L'effet force activer cette carte 3 fois. Yeah, so normally that's, well, not that voice precisely. Normalement c'est plus comme ça. I just said normally it's more like that, but yeah. So first day of school, basically when he entered the class, kind of everything was the same. Bakugo knew, well, Bakugo and Deku arrived at the same time. They arrived before Ida. Bakugo placed himself like he did in the anime, and Deku basically placed himself in the same way. When Ida entered, he basically wanted to scream at both of them, and did. So that happened. Bakugo was annoyed by this, and then Deku basically just told him, fuck off. Like, didn't even just try to hold it. He just said it outright. Which did make Ira a bit, well, he kind of took a step back. Bakugo told Deku to calm it down a bit, which Deku just said, "What? It's not as if he didn't try to bug me before." Which yes, which then Bakugo says, "Oh right, he's the guy who annoyed you before you entered in this city, right? Something about not unnerving people so that people would be able to, what was it, concentrate, and then he tries to come in, annoys you. I think he doesn't have his priorities straight." Which everyone basically just looks at, well, them, because, oh shit. So, Ida is a bit taken aback by the way he was basically told off, and he got annoyed, because, yeah, true, but he was already looking at him funny, which they could just said, "Looking at you funny? Seriously? All I was doing was living. I looked at you, that's all. So now, please get away from me." Which he kind of finally did, which both Bakugo and him were relieved of that. Everyone else started arriving. Ochako arrived, basically said hi to Deku. Um, uh, yeah, so then a bit later, Aizawa entered the class. Um, Basically said the same thing as in the original. Then went yeah, after that, he told everyone to go change, then meet him in the yard so that they could actually start the test. After, well, once they enter, Mineta basically goes on the same rant, and basically the only thing Deku does is basically grab his head and says, "It's been a while since I had grape juice. Don't tempt me." Which everyone basically laughs at this because he scared the piss out of Mineta, like literally. He basically just put the thing over the hole and just screamed, well, kind of said to the girls over it, that he was going to try and find a way to block the hole later. Which they did say thank you, and the boys kind of laughed a bit at first, until they just realized something. Deku could have just peeked. The girls thought of that too, and didn't know if he did. He didn't, which was funny enough. And then, oh fuck off. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, so after that, they go outside. Mr. Aizawa basically throws the ball to Deku, telling him to throw the ball as far as he could. With the humongous strength he has, just naturally, he was able to throw it at around 500 meters, top 550. with everyone just looking at that guy just throwing a single ball. And it flew all that way. They're, they're all basically asking themselves, what the hell is that guy? And suddenly, someone says, that looks fun, it's going to be awesome. Which makes Aizawa say, oh, you think this is fun? Okay then. The last one get expelled. Which all of them basically just kind of, well, stopped in that moment. Because what did he say? Hey, you can't do that. And basically Aizawa telling them that he can do whatever he wants with them. Since, he has full control. So he basically tells them that um, he has full control. If he wants to, he could literally throw all of them out, making everyone kind of stressed. And then they continue. Deku, for the speed test, basically does just under yeah, yeah, no, he does just under Ida. Sorry, I was looking for his name. Um, and basically just after that, they kind of continued. Um, the jump test, Deku went pretty far, thanks to his strength. The side-to-side jump, pretty easy for him. Grip test, he almost broke the scale. Like, it was at 2 digit from the max, which is pretty big. Um, after, well, the fight, basically. Well, not fight, but after that test, everyone started asking Deku questions. Because, well, you know, what the hell? Yeah, so basically he just explained that his core is super strength, um, increased durability, and a small healing factor. That could actually remake his entire um, arm or leg if he has enough time. They ask him how he knows that it could, and Bakugo just kind of screams over their shoulder of one of them. Well, not really screams it, but says over the shoulder of one of them. Accidentally blew his arm off once. It grew back after a month or two. Don't remember how long. With Deku just saying, I think the time it happened was around um, a month and a half, but I'm not sure. Which Buck, they look at both of them and just think, what the hell? Oh yeah, also, they know, well, those that were in the same arena as Deku, well, city, noticed that all of his damage were gone, which they just thought that he went to Recovery Girl. He didn't, it just recovered over time. It was basically just cut and scratches, so no big deal. Mostly for him. And yeah. So I'm going to end it here. Hope you liked it. Leave a like if you did. Um, if you have any questions about this what if, and I really mean any questions, just ask me in the comment section. This comes from a guy called Zeref on my Discord. You can come and you will be able to join in with the link in the description. So yeah, hope you liked it. Leave a like if you did. Natsu,